Hey guys, welcome to Girls Frontline 2. Before you decide to pull for Klukai, let us take a look at the CN side on the reasoning, and more or less we could give a broader perspective on how we're going to pull for Klukai. How many copies do we really need? So let us start off by acknowledging Squirrel Eats Noobs. Thank you, dude, for this comment or this article that you put on Reddit. So we're starting off with V6. So the biggest CN disclaimer is that V6 recommendation is for Gunsmoke. If you're not in a guild pushing for top rewards, pulling V6 loses some value. I believe that there are some bosses coming to E-drills where you cannot use support units, so she will be useful there. So there is the value coming in for V6. And right now for Gunsmoke, I feel that we're in a good place. Even with what I have, I can comfortably clear 2,400 points for Gunsmoke for two teams. But I'm actually foreseeing an increased in difficulty or a change in the boss where we might need Klukai V6 there. So that is the point that I'm seeing for V6. The big discourse right now is that V6 Klukai is not worth it because she does less damage than some other dolls with less investment. So again, this is true if you are making only one boss team that there are better dolls to take in Gunsmoke. You are making two, potentially three, then I think that would propel her value at V3. So when bossing, you need to bring a defense down 2 doll in each of your teams because the boss has 8,000 defense, and getting a 30% reduction is huge. Right now, our option is going to be QJ and Nemesis, but soon Klukai V3 also applies defense down. She can replace Nemesis and most likely do more personal damage. My opinion on this one is that defense 2 down is going to be useful, but based on my experience, I didn't need another defense down for a team that I had. If QJ is the other team clearly was it's composed of Macchiato, Sumi, Papasha, you have Dush, and the other one I forgot. But I clearly don't have a defense down personnel there. So you can still clear stages in Gunsmoke without defense down, but it's going to be tight. That is the only, I think, the only thing that you should think about as well. So defense down 2 is going to give you more leeway in terms of damage dealing, and probably more, higher damage dealt to the boss. Again, she will be very, very helpful in terms of the third team that you're building. Like right now, I'm good with the first and the second team. The third team I'm building, so probably Klukai could be good there. Could be. I'm not saying yes. I'm looking at future units that are actually going to be more powerful than Klukai in single target. So that is why I'm holding off kinda in my mind V6 Klukai, because again, there might be other future units that we could use for Gunsmoke after Klukai. And also finally, I've been seeing some comments saying V0 feels pointless. At V0, she's the best Grenadier unit released to date, and will help you in all modes other than boss fights without mobs to hit. Which I agree. I really highly agree that V0, especially if you want to clear content that is also hard, by the way. Mobs that you need to take out, higher defense mobs that are all over the map. She is going to shine really at V0. So that is why she is worth taking at V0. Okay, and his TLDR, his pull for waifu, whatever you feel comfortable pulling for, which I highly agree. Whatever floats your boat, dudes, pull for it. If you want V6, go for V6. If you want for V3, go for V3. If you want for V0, go for V0. Nobody is questioning your decision. Klukai is useful in all levels of investment. If you need V6, probably you aren't coming to Reddit to validate your reasoning. Okay, the GS leaderboards aren't super competitive. Blah, blah. So if you can only pull V3, she still has a defense down and does high personal damage. At V0, she is the strongest AoE unit to date in CN. So I highly agree with this dude. You don't really need, again, V6 unless if you're competitive. Unless if you are like me, I'm looking to the future. Gunsmoke might have a different twist in the future. Right now, it's comfortable, and also Gunsmoke needs a third team. You might need Klukai. You might not need her. You might need the units after Klukai for Gunsmoke for that third team. So again, it's really up to you. At the end of the day, who you want, or what level you want Klukai to be at, whether it be V0, V3, or V6, or whatever V's are in the middle, it's up to you. Okay, so guys, again, I will put a link to the description of this article from Squirrel Eats Noobs so that you may have a look at it. Again, guys, take care, stay safe. This is the Warden, and I'm out of here.